Kisses are one of the many awkward moments that happen on reality shows. Whether it's a dating competition series or a docuseries, there's bound to be some uncomfortable moments. If not, downright cringeworthy ones. And yet, some of the best kisses have also happened on reality TV. Here's a look. Season 2 of the American version of Love Island saw more than a few couple swaps, drama, and tears. James and Moira, one of the show's original pairings, got hot and heavy pretty early on. In fact, they shared more than one lip lock in the premiere episode. During an interesting card game that's actually called Suck and Blow Truth or Dare, James was dared to kiss Moira all over her face, and things got very, sensual.
Oh my God. She's like having a moment.
From that to their first real deal kiss later on, James and Moira's chemistry seemed pretty electric. As fans of the show know though, the two eventually went their separate ways after James's jealousy got the best of him. Still, there's no denying the fact that their first kiss was full of sparks. Netflix has been knocking it out of the park when it comes to original reality television. They've had a few that have totally captivated viewers, and their smash hit, Love is Blind, really took fans by surprise. In the show, men and women are separated from each other and can only communicate with a potential love interest through a wall, without seeing them. During this time, they have deep conversations, develop inside jokes, and some even fall in love. The fan favorite couple from the series? Lauren and Cameron, who got engaged without even seeing their special someone. But all those anxieties melted away when they met for the first time.
Oh my gosh. Cameron!
From that moment on, it became clear that the two had a lot of in-person chemistry and might actually belong together. The Today Show caught up with the couple a year after the show's finale, and thus a year after their wedding.
And going into it, I thought, like, who would be that crazy to get engaged, through a wall?
Yeah.
But apparently that's us.
Yeah.
Things tend to heat up pretty quickly on Bachelor in Paradise. The spin-off of the original Bachelor Nation shows featured cast members from the previous seasons of The Bachelor and The Bachelorette, who didn't have much luck in the love department. But for some, being in Paradise proved to be exactly what they needed to find true love. Season 6's Hannah G and Will's first kiss had some people wondering if they might just belong together, even though she was involved with someone else at the time. While Will's and Hannah G didn't end up together, their kiss was certainly something, and proved that Will's was ready to find love. One of the arguably best parts about reality dating shows is how hot and steamy things can get, even with all those cameras rolling. Interestingly, Netflix introduced its reality series Too Hot to Handle, in which the entire premise is that the couples have to keep their hands off each other in order to win a big pot of money at the end.
You will have to abstain from sexual practices for the entirety of your stay.
Obviously, couples broke the rules, and it usually wasn't that much of a shock as they'd been talking or even out on dates before they got intimate. However, Francesca and Hayley locked lips in a relatively secret manner, which means there was plenty of shock and awe following their smooch. And since Francesca orchestrated the kiss mainly to upset her fellow contestants, there was plenty of drama. At that point, Francesca was seemingly smitten with Harry and actually hadn't shown a lot of interest in Hayley, or any women for that matter. So when they kissed with such passion, fans and their fellow castmates were shocked. While the two never took things further, their first kiss was one of the best. Even though kissing is technically against the rules on Too Hot to Handle, the castmates still got pretty handsy with each other. Chloe and Corey's kiss in particular brought with it a lot of feels, in the best way. After, the two contestants chatted it up about cuddling.
I was actually going to say, because obviously sad Matt going in that, but I took his bed, didn't I? So
Yeah.
it's just me chilling now. So I thought, do you want to have a cuddle?
They locked lips for the first time, and it was intense. Though the two didn't end up together and even dealt with a lot of drama following the show, their first kiss was so full of passion, we could practically see the sparks flying. Though many of the kisses and couples on Too Hot to Handle were, well, too hot to handle. David and Lydia's first kiss was a bit different. David appeared on the show as a sweet guy, always smiling and seemingly smitten with Lydia. The women on the show attended a Yoni Puja workshop, which ultimately led them all to feel pretty empowered and confident. So when David and Lydia sat down on the beach together afterward, it became obvious what was going to go down. After skirting around the topic for a while and even joking about how they should or maybe shouldn't break the rules.
Sometimes it's a case of you've got to play by the rules, but also like take matters into your own hands and just kind of like do what needs to be done.
With that logic, they totally broke the rules. It seems as though they have both moved on since their time on the show though, and there even seems to be some evidence pointing to Lydia getting into a relationship with another former castmate, Bryce. As the entire plot of The Bachelor and The Bachelorette is one person dating dozens of other people all at the same time, there's bound to be drama. When these relationships start to become more intimate, that drama picks up even more. On Colton Underwood's season of The Bachelor, the famous virgin had plenty of beautiful women to choose from, but it was his first kiss with Kaitlynn Miller-Keys that got everyone talking. From the get-go, Colton seemed super interested in Kaitlynn, and they bonded over heartbreak, travel, and Thailand specifically. The two also agreed that they were both mature and ready for marriage. The two seemed to share a genuine connection, so when Colton went in for his first kiss of the season, it wasn't a surprise that it was with Kaitlynn. Unfortunately for fans of the couple, their time together ultimately came to an end. When the US launched its own version of the hit British reality show Love Island, you may have been doubtful that it would bring the same amount of drama as the original. But in the first season, when one island game brought the heat, you probably put aside your assumptions. During a football-themed game, newcomer Emily landed a smooch on Eric before turning her attention to Kira, and really getting into it with a pretty intimate kiss. The two didn't become an official couple, but there's no denying the fact that their lip lock really brought the passion, after there'd already been a bit of flirtation between the two on the show. Both Emily and Kira admitted to enjoying the steamy kiss as well. Season 1 of Love Island in the United States brought many pairings that just didn't seem likely from the start. While they were entertaining to watch, there was one couple who hit it off in the first episode, one who fans were rooting for the entire time. Zach and Elizabeth shared a strong bond, and their first kiss was seriously romantic. After some casual chit-chat about roller coasters and how hilarious Elizabeth was, Zach decided to just go for it, leaned in for a kiss, and soon they were locking lips like their lives depended on it. Seems like bonding over amusement park rides is the key to someone's heart. The couple seemed like the perfect match throughout the show's run, and in fact, they actually won this season of Love Island. Sadly, they eventually broke up after heading back to the real world. Still, that first kiss really brought the heat and proved that they had a true connection. Netflix's Love is Blind attempted to answer an age-old question: is love really blind? And as several couples proved, looks don't matter all that much. So in Season 1's Damian Powers and Gigi Jabelli met in person for the first time after already getting engaged, tensions were high. But as it turns out, their first kiss couldn't have been more perfect. Upon seeing each other for the first time, the two acted like they were auditioning for a Nicholas Sparks movie. The two were ecstatic to see each other, shared a passionate kiss, and their chemistry was seriously off the charts. Of course, that doesn't mean the two didn't go on to experience drama. Their passion eventually gave way to some issues, and they did not tie the knot at the end of the season. Nevertheless, they are still together, proving that their first kiss and all the sparks that it caused weren't wrong. Season 2 of the American version of Love Island featured plenty of couples and a whole lot of drama. There were arguments, tears, and a lot of matches that just didn't seem very compatible. Still, when new girl Lauren arrived at the villa, the other ladies immediately felt threatened, especially Kirsten, who was already coupled up with Carrington. When a game led to Lauren choosing to passionately kiss Carrington, well, the drama escalated to a whole new level. Kirsten was visibly upset, and all the other Islanders were totally shocked. Still, the kiss was pretty electric. Viewers were probably not too shocked when Carrington and Kirsten later ended things, and Carrington thought about potentially pursuing Lauren. While that didn't work out, their first kiss was still one of the best kisses on Love Island, and reality TV as a whole. Some contestants on Love Island aren't afraid to get down and dirty. Take Trey and Kaitlynn, for example. The pair had a pretty intense makeout session early on in the second season. Trey and Kaitlynn started to bond over their home states and their zodiac signs. This chat led to Trey deciding to use the old wipe sweat from your lip move and went in for the kiss. At first, Kaitlynn seemed surprised, but she ultimately let herself melt into the intense first smooch. Things seemed to be on track for the two of them, but it wasn't meant to be. Both Trey and Kaitlynn were ultimately sent home. Pretty much every season of reality television features someone who comes across as a villain. On season 2 of Love Island, the villain emerged relatively quickly as Mackenzie.
That's what I'm terrified of.
Terrified of what?
Like the Mackenzie that I saw before I got in here.
Ouch.
The petite blonde caused a lot of emotional distress for her partner Connor. Their relationship got its start when Mackenzie and Connor shared a kiss during a game, where the group had to choose the hottest boy and girl to kiss. Though Mackenzie played into the villain role a bit by selecting herself before the group even got to decide. Regardless of the selection process, within a moment, Connor and Mackenzie were locking lips. As far as first kisses go, it seemed to be a great one. But whether Mackenzie enjoyed it because it was with Connor or because she had assumed her position as the hottest girl in the group, the world may never know. What's undeniable, though, was that was the beginning of Connor and Mackenzie's eventful relationship. As the entire premise of Temptation Island is for couples to be tempted to cheat on each other, it's not surprising that things got pretty steamy. In fact, on season 1 of the show, Evan, who arrived with his longtime girlfriend, and single Morgan really hit things off. And when they shared their first kiss, many fans were convinced they would end up together. In fact, in the 4th episode of the season, Evan and Morgan engaged in some sweet talk, and he even assured her ahead of their first kiss. In the following episode, the two went on a date, and Morgan even told the cameras that it felt like the two of them were boyfriend and girlfriend. The two ended up getting engaged in the finale and remained together for a time after the season ended, but ultimately called off their engagement. Check out one of our newest videos right here. Plus, even more list videos about your favorite reality show smooches are coming soon. Subscribe to our YouTube channel and hit the bell so you don't miss a single one.